Alright y'all, so we just gonna chit chat and play in some makeup. I think I'm gonna go for a soft glam look. First thing I'm gonna do is apply my primer, and I'm gonna be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Like I'm saying, I'm gonna be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. You guys already know this is my favorite primer. I love using it because it does grip your foundation to the skin, and it is good for all skin types. So regardless if you're oily to combination or dry or even normal, this primer right here is really good for all skin types. So just going to apply that all over and massage it into the skin. The reason why I like to go in with my primer first is so that way that can be settling into the skin while I do my eyebrows. And then that way everything is ready to go once we are ready to do the foundation. And I'm also going to double prime with the Smashbox Photo Fix Primer. This one is really good if you have lots of pores. And I like to apply this on my cheeks because that's where I feel like I notice some texture. So it really does just get everything nice and smooth. And you only need like a pea-size amount of this primer because a little bit does go a long way. And I'm just going to rub that in my cheek area and a little bit on my nose. And it just makes the skin feel so soft, y'all. Like I really do love using this primer. And you guys, if you want to know how I achieved these lashes, definitely make sure that you check out my DIY lash extension cluster video on these lashes. I will have that video linked down below in the description box and in the iCard so you guys can know how to get this lovely look. And next, we are going to prep the eyebrows. I like to use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is my holy grail powder. I love using this powder because my eyebrows tend to get greasy, so I like to go in with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I'm generous with this product, y'all. I top off the excess. Just go ahead and apply the powder directly on the eyebrows. And once I have that to my liking, I'm gonna go in and fill in my eyebrows with the Morphe eyebrow pencil. And I'm going to be using the color Java and Mocha. I'm gonna use Java to create my tail, and then Mocha is what I'm gonna use to actually fill in. The reason why I like to use both of these is because Java does match my eyebrow color, but my eyebrows are naturally dark, and I try to stay away from dark brown and black because it just makes the face look really, really harsh. But sometimes when I do just Mocha by itself, it doesn't give, I'm not gonna say like a sculpted brow, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see Mocha on like the tail part of my eyebrow. So that's why I like to go in with Java first to just get my shape together. And I just follow the natural shape of my eyebrows. So I am gonna go ahead and speed this part up just because I would be here all day just on eyebrows alone. But if you guys want me to do a in-depth eyebrow tutorial, definitely let me know that. I can definitely give that to you guys, but your girl be focused when it comes to these brows. So let's just go ahead and get into these really quick. Alright y'all, so for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario. I'm giving it another chance. I'm not gonna lie y'all, the first time I used this foundation, I was not a fan of her. But I do have the shade 22C. That is the color that I picked up. I think one thing that I don't like about it is this applicator. Like, is mine defective? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, like, is this how it comes out? Like, I just don't like this. But I'm just gonna take like a little bit and dab it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that much because I don't need a lot. Alright y'all, so before I actually blend out my foundation, I am going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to use that to color correct the dark areas on my face, which is going to be underneath my eyes and over my lip. So I just like to take a little bit of that, and I do notice like when I don't apply the concealer first before doing my foundation, it kind of gives like a little shadow effect. So I feel like this step right here does help to make everything a nice, cohesive, even color. And I'm actually going to blend the concealer out first before I blend out the foundation. I'm just gonna take the Mary Kay Cream Color this is not a foundation brush, concealer brush. Yeah, the Mary Kay Cream Color Brush to blend out the concealer, and I love this brush for blending out concealer. It just blends it out like butter. Like I just love how it blends out. Nice and smooth. And then boom, just like that, a nice even color. And then when I blend it underneath my eyes, I just like to keep it right where I have that darkness, those dark circles. And before I actually blend out the foundation, I am going to spray my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I just like to set my face in between different steps. I feel like that does truly help your foundation and just your base and makeup in general to last a whole lot longer, is setting in between different steps. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques Instapot face brush. I really love this brush because it's super duper nice and flat, and y'all, your girl that cleans your brushes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pat that foundation all into the skin. And like I said, it's not that like I don't like the foundation. Like the foundation does blend out pretty smooth and effortlessly. I just think it might not be my shade. Like I feel like this shade 22C has a redness in it, and that's why I don't like it, because I have a warm undertone, not a red undertone. So I feel like this shade is just a little too red. So I may go back and get a different shade, but once I highlight and contour and all of those things, it really does blend everything out together. So, I mean, it kind of works. Like, I can make it work, but I don't know. I just feel like it looks really, really red. Really, really red. And then I do like to blend the foundation into the concealer too, so that way it's not like a demarcation of where the foundation stops and where the concealer starts. Give like a skin-like finish, but I don't know, it's just the color. It's just the color for me, but. And then whatever is left of my brush, that's what I apply on my forehead. I don't go in with extra product on the forehead just because your girl be sweating and I don't got time. But the way I do my base routine, I don't sweat with my makeup, so. And then once I have it blended, once I have everything blended, I take some more of the Morphe and I just spray that all over again. And then I'm gonna press that into the skin. All right, so now we're gonna do my favorite part, which I can't believe like I really was out here wearing makeup without highlighting. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me back in the day. Like, why was I doing that? So I'm gonna take another Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the color Butterscotch. And it's the same color that I used to sculpt out the bottom of my eyebrows today. And I'm going to just apply that in the normal places that I highlight, which is going to be underneath the eyes, the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, and the chin. I don't highlight my forehead. I don't want to draw extra attention to my forehead. That is just my personal preference. When it comes to blending out my under eye concealer, I do that last because I kind of want it to get more of a full coverage to it. I mean, this concealer is definitely full coverage, but I just like to build that up. So I blend out the under eyes last. And the first spot that I'm going to blend out is my chin. I don't like to let this dry down too much because then it kind of like, it's like a spot. So I'm gonna use the Real Techniques 402 brush. This is one of my favorite brushes when it comes to blending out concealer too. Next to my Mary Kay brush. Like those two are my go-to brushes when it comes to blending out concealer. And then whatever's left over on the brush, I just dust that or pat that right over the lip. I don't do too much highlighting on the lip just because I like to keep that space mainly neutral, so I'll just go back over it like that. I'm going to take this small brush by Morphe. This is the M431 brush, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. And when I blend out my concealer, I'm blending out the edges first. And I like to keep the concealer right in this section so I don't go past my nostril and I don't go too far out past my eyebrow. So I like to keep it in this shape, like a triangle. And again, I'm just blending out the edges first, and I'm just lightly tapping the concealer into place on the edges. And then I just move my way up. Now when I get closer to right underneath my eye, I like to switch back to my Mary Kay concealer brush because it's smaller and it's just easier to get into those crevices. I use the Real Techniques brush on the outside portion. So I'm going in with the Mary Kay cream color brush to get right underneath the eye. And you do want to try your best to kind of like look up when you do this, or look straight. So I'm just tapping that in, and I'm not dragging the concealer. I'm literally just tapping it right where I placed it. I need a powder puff, I need a powder puff, powder puff, powder puff. Don't judge me, y'all. Just cause it's close and I don't wanna have to look and dig for a fresh one. So what I have been doing lately, and it has been working and keeping your girl from creasing, because I used to struggle so bad with my under eyes creasing. I'm gonna take the MAC Studio Fix foundation powder, and this is in the color NC45. It's closer to my highlight shade, and I'm gonna take a powder puff and lightly press that into there. And before I apply it, I like to go back in with my Mary Kay cream color brush and just blend out one more time so that way I can make sure there's like no creasing going on. So once I do that, and then I look up and I apply the MAC powder. And it's a light layer, not too much. And I promise you guys, this changes the game for me when it comes to my under eyes and just my makeup in general, and it just elevates my makeup game. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take my Mary Kay cream color brush one more time underneath and just make sure that I have everything blended out. And we're gonna push that into the powder puff. And lightly tap. And then just whatever is left on the powder puff, I'll take that on the chin, across the lip, and I'll do it down the bridge of the nose, as well as the tip of the nose. I also do go back in with a loose powder on top of that. So I'm gonna be doing, and it really just depends. Sometimes I bake, sometimes I don't. I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier in the translucent honey shade. And sometimes I use this one by itself, and sometimes I mix it with the Fenty Beauty Powder. I haven't gotten my hands on the Huda Beauty Powder yet, and I definitely want to try that soon so that way I can see how I like that shade. But I just dip my powder puff into the translucent honey powder. I wipe off the excess on the back of my hand so that way it's just a thin layer. And then I'm going to press this. Where's my mirror? I put my mirror up. And then I'm going to press that into my under eye. Sometimes I bake, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on what I'm feeling. But I just press that in. I have not switched up, and it lasts and it looks good in pictures and videos. And then I just like to go back in with my foundation brush to get those edges so that way there's not a harsh line of demarcation from where my concealer stops and where the foundation begins. And I do the same thing on my nose because I noticed if I don't blend this out on the note around my nose too, it just looks really, really weird. Be using the Black Opal True Color foundation stick in the color Suede Mocha. Y'all, this has literally been my favorite product, and it actually broke, but I still have product in there, so I'm gonna use it until I can't get it out no more. I'm gonna use the Instapop cheek brush, the 405 Real Techniques brush, to do my bronzer on my cheekbones and on my nose and the forehead. And since it's broken, I've just been having to push it into the product to get it up there. And you guys, I still do this trick. I don't care, I'm gonna keep on doing it. I suck my cheeks in like a fish. I know where my cheekbones are at, but I just do it out of habit. So if you don't know where to place your bronzer or your contour, you can just like that, and you'll be able to see where your cheekbone is protruding or poking out of your face, so that way you know where to apply your contour or your bronzer. Like that. And I'm placing that more so under, like right underneath on top of the cheekbone. And then I like to take it up into the sides on the temple of the face. And then I don't go no further past like where my eye ends. So that's where I'm stopping the bronzer. So right where the outer corner of my eye is, that's where I'm stopping the bronzer. I don't want to drag it down because we don't want to pull the face downward like that. So I'm just stopping right there. So it's literally right in this space right here. And then I'm just buffing it in and buffing upwards just a little bit, right on that cheekbone and into the temples, into the hairline. And I'm just using the Beauty Bakerie Brownie Bar, the shade in the middle. I have been hooked on this bronzer forever, y'all. So I have to really step out the comfort zone and try something else. But I love this bronzer. So I'm just going over top of where I applied the Suede Mocha to set that in place. So any creams you apply to your face, you always want to set it with a powder. Lip combo, I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Lip Liner Pencil. This is in the color Espresso. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Satin Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Amore. It's a beautiful nude color. And I'm just gonna place that right in the center of the lips. And a little bit of this product goes a long way. So I just do the bottom lip and then I mash my lips together like that. And I'm just hitting those corners. And I can't find my other NYX Butter Gloss that I really want to use, but I'm gonna use Creme Brulee. It's like a light pink. I normally use Fortune Cookie, that is like the nude shade. So I'm gonna use this one instead. I found me a clear gloss. This is the, I think this is the Black Radiance clear lip gloss. As you can see, she almost gone, but y'all, this lip gloss right here is the bomb. Ooh, it's like when you put the clear gloss on top, it just it just takes it to a whole nother level. And I feel like ooh, that's cute. That's cute. I feel like the clear lip gloss just meshes it all together.